Alright, thank you for coming to my first Asian speech. Today I'll be talking about the topic of antibiotic resistance. So I want to introduce the topic by saying antibiotics are one of the most common medications and they are one of the most commonly prescribed and taken by patients. The word antibiotic has two root words meaning anti, against, and biotic meaning life. And then I want to say that in order to combat the rise of antibiotic resistance, we must switch to alternative forms of treatment such as natural remedies and bacteriophages. Today I will be defining antibiotics and the issue they present. First, with the abundance of antibiotic usage, the issue of antimicrobial resistance is increasing in bacterial infections. Second, I'll explore the causes of antimicrobial resistance in bacteria strains. Third, I'll propose a solution to lessen the impact of antimicrobial resistance with examples of alternative treatments. So before I go in with the problem, I will be talking about the most common classes of antibiotics. So we have the beta-lactams, the folate synthesis inhibitors, ribosomal inhibitors, and the DNA gyrase inhibitors. So we have the beta-lactams, which are actually the most commonly used antibiotic in its class, signified with the beta-lactam ring in the middle. And then we have the other common classes in the folate synthesis inhibitors, ribosomal inhibitors, and DNA gyrase inhibitors. And this picture is found in figure 3 from resistance at a very low antibiotic concentration. So first, the aftermath of the COVID-19 pandemic has led to a rise of antimicrobial resistance in bacteria strains. So the CDC defines resistance as when bacteria and fungi develop the ability to destroy the drugs designed to kill them, which ended up killing at least 1.27 million people worldwide, and this is associated with nearly 5 million deaths in 2019. Antimicrobial resistance gives rise to many resistance infections each year. And this statistic actually doubled after the pandemic with the overuse of antibiotics, especially to kill the COVID-19 virus. Second, many factors have led to antimicrobial resistance, such as unnecessary usage and overuse of a certain medication. A statistic by the Centers of Disease and Control Prevention states that at least 28% of antibiotics prescribed in the outpatient setting are unnecessary. So some of these causes of overuse can be physicians prescribing antibiotics for viral infections, which antibiotics have no power against since they are viruses and not bacterial cells. And then some patients do not complete the antibiotic course, especially in the instructions given from the doctor. And then these bacteria evolve every time they survive the antibiotic regimen, and then they copy that trait with each reproduction of the bacteria cell. So today I'll be showing you a chart. So this is the one of the most common bacteria strains, and then we have a couple of antibiotics here. If you could take a look, there's the most common, which is penicillin, streptomycin, and linomycin, which have the largest antibiotic resistance. And then we have the uncommon medications that you don't see much in the prescribing for the prescriptions. They have a lower percentage of resistance. All right, and then third, so the solution to decreasing the impact of antimicrobial resistance would be switching to alternative forms. There are alternative forms such as natural antibiotics, which are food, and then bacteriophages, which are viruses that attack the bacteria cell in order to get rid of the infection. So Daniel Dresden, a writer for the Medical News Today, highlights that with an ongoing increase in drug-resistant bacteria, Researchers investigate natural compounds as a potential source and inspiration for new antimicrobial agents. An example of a natural antibiotic is honey, used since ancient times due to its wound healing ability and antimicrobial properties. So some physicians and patients have transitioned to holistic medications such as essential oils, plant extracts, and certain foods such as honey. Another example would be garlic. And then also an emphasis in over-the-counter medications, which are lower in strength and much more accessible for patients to get, especially if medications are expensive, and that some prescription medications are like not in stock in the market. And then lastly, bacteriophages. So bacteriophages are viruses that attack bacterial cells and cause a bacteria to explode by hijacking genetic material. Bacteriophages can also be a replacement for antibiotics, though research is very new with bacteriophages. They are using it on human subjects right now. And the bonus with bacteriophages is that they won't attack your own cells, only the bacterial cell that they are programmed to target. So in this slide, it shows the bacteriophage's life cycle inside the bacterial cell when it's injected into your body. And then this is from the Science Museum Alternative to Antibiotics. Starts with attachment, injection, biosynthesis, maturation, and then lysis, which is where it explodes and kills the bacterial cell. All right, to summarize, I have presented you the issue of antimicrobial resistance, and I presented the solution, adopting alternative treatments, and I've shown you that the solution will solve the problem, has additional benefits. While our medical technology and research continue to advance each day, antibiotic resistance can never be eliminated, but it can be slowed by adopting certain practices. What you can do as a patient is to complete your course, only take antibiotics for bacterial infections, and communicate with your doctor. Thank you.